Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Good morning, good people, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome you today on Morning Spring, a brand new one for today, and of course, it's the week starter, brand new one for the week as well. Thank you for staying with us here on your station of choice, Western Spring Television, where we say it as it is. On channel 190 on StarTimes DTT and also on various social media platforms as well. What we do at this time is to bring to you information, conversations, deep conversations, that is engaged towards having a better and a working Nigeria, a working nation. You, the good people of this our great nation, Nigeria. We speak to opinion molders, policymakers, critical stakeholders, and have very frank conversation with them. As they say, when two brothers, two siblings go into the room to talk, and when they come out with frown faces, it's culturally believed that they have spoken truth to themselves. But we do that on a regular here. We first look at the headlines from our major dailies in the nation and then have those conversations. And today promises to be very exceptional as usual as well. Femi Ojo is my name. Thank you for staying with us. And of course, it's no more news that the protesting is the in thing in Nigeria right now. Different angles, different conversations around the different opinions for, against. Some are indifferent about this. Some just want this nation to work. Let's say virtually everybody wants it to work, but maybe strategies and opinions are different about how we go around that. People in government are talking, traditional heads are talking, students are talking, regional bodies are talking as well. Traditional chiefs from regional point of view are talking to say, we are part of these, we are not part of these as well. And of course, the young people are saying, we want a nation that works. But then there are, concerns from different places to say, while there are young people with genuine intentions, maybe there are, pockets of hoodlums with bad intention, who might want to hide under this protest to wreak havoc. How do we manage the situation? Is there a chance that these protests might not even happen? Maybe there is a judge or there is a consideration. We will look into that in the course of the program, and especially the legal angle to this, because we realize why it has been established that, right to protest is fundamental, is covered in our laws. Everybody has the right to a peaceful protest. But then the security agencies, especially the IGP, has rolled out what has been timed to be conditions, and he has told commissioners of police in different states that they should do these 1, 2, 3. We'll get to look into that. Is that legal? Must there be conditions to a protest? We'll have, someone speak to us on that. And of course, you can go to different social media platforms and comment as well. We might just get to read your comment, on the program. Tell us what you feel about these looming protests and the state of the nation. Either you're young people, you're an adult, you're an old person. This is Nigeria. It's the only nation that we have. By the way, we'll go on this quick break, and when we return, we will be diving straight into the papers. The papers are in, and they are quite juicy. Stay with us. All right, very well. On this day, I will be starting the newspaper with this day newspaper. And 3 days to nationwide protests. Nigerians still divided on action. With riders, IGP, why protesters must register with police. Another rider says, Kwara, Ogun governance, Barao seek understanding. P2B endorses countrywide action. Khan, Nance asks members to shun protests. And CSO accuse federal government of blackmail and intimidation. PTD, Nupeng chasing political relevance. That's a lot. And you just below that, there are pictures, or there is a picture rather, of eminent men and women in our nation celebrating a Reludosumu 50 years after installation. You have former President Olusegun Obasanjo with his wife, and of course the celebrant Reludosumu herself, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, with his wife, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, and of course a traditional head there. Moving on, LH Telecoms takes majority stake in Nine Mobile as A2, Danjuma, Edun, others join board. And, top strip, Fitch. Inflation has peaked in Nigeria, will moderate below 25% by year end. Interesting. 25%. Okay, we hope so, because it is currently, above 30% in Nigeria. And food prices to stay elevated on weak domestic productions, and fixed investment set to grow by 7.0% in 2024. Economy to expand by muted, 3%, 3.5% in 2025. These are projections, by the way. We hope we are working towards that. Bua Cement to increase production capacity to 20 million tons per annum. Okay, that's good for the company. And I guess we say, how does it benefit us? Does it come with reduced price? Maybe when there is more production, the price might get to be reduced, because I learned a bag of cement now averagely is around 7,300 naira or thereabout, depending on when you are buying, by the way. But then at this point, let me welcome Lade Alabi. Of course, Evelyn is there, who will have bestowed on you different titles. Well, let me welcome Nigerian Lade Alabi.
Oh, fantastic one there. Yes, yeah. I'm a Nigerian, and I'm
you
bold.
You can't dispute that.
I am bold. I'm proud to say that I am a Nigerian, and I must also say that
you are even having a shade of green.
Of course, yes, and I must say that this country is a blessed one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not blessed with leaders, but one day we will get it right, and this country will get to the position it's meant to be among the Committee of Nations.
Very well, and let's start from here. 3 days to nationwide protest. Nigerians still divided on action. Do you think so? Are we divided, really? Is that a statement of truth?
Well, yeah, it is. It is a statement of truth. And
maybe I should quickly add the riders so that you do the commenting together. The IGP is saying protesters must register with police. Kwara Ogun governors, Barrow seek understanding. Barrow is the Deputy Senate President. And Peter Obi endorses nationwide action. Nans have asked their member to shun protest. CSOs accuse federal government of blackmail and intimidation. And that's it.
Yeah, Femi, like I mentioned, you asked a question before you roll out the riders. We are divided, and I think our political leaders borrowed that divide and rule, actions from our colonizers. They understand that these people are not united in voice. They know that the moment they can infiltrate a couple of guys, give them a couple of cash. They go out there to tell people, to blackmail people into not protesting. Like I mentioned on Friday, Femi, peaceful protest is a fundamental human right of every citizen of a nation. Go about your protest, and we've seen different forms of protest. As a matter of fact, like I do mention it, that Nigerian leaders, they are one of the most luckiest people in the world.
How so?
Because in terms of leadership, we might have our excesses as citizens, but in terms of, giving leaders time, Nigerians are one of the best people. Go and read one of the causes of the French Revolution. Increase in price of bread. One of the staple food then in the French community led to a nationwide protest. Femi, we've seen increase in virtually every. You just mentioned the food inflation now that is on a high. A lot of people out there cannot feed. A lot of people just work for people just to see them as a non-lazy person. So a lot of issues accumulated together, and you are still asking people, you are blackmailing them, you are saying for you to protest. I don't know if that is justifiable. I'm not sure that is in the Constitution, that the IGP will ask for people to register. The question I've kept asking, the people that want to protest in support, because already we have people that say, no, instead of us protesting against the government, we're going to protest in support of the government. Are you asking them to supply their own details too? And the people that want to protest also have asked the IGP, okay, the police you are going to move to the protest ground too. Let us have their details also. Because you can't just blackmail people. See, I believe government would have come out clean.
You think it's blackmail?
It's blackmail. It is just a way of,
because the CSOs are alleging blackmail.
It is blackmail, Femi. You could see the handwriting on the wall. Femi Onanuga, all the guys that were with Tinubu, even when he was in the opposition leader, all of them that were carrying placards of revolution, shut down Nigeria, what this and that, they are now against protest. Why? If the police want to be serious, they want to take their job seriously, all the intelligence they've been gathering, Femi, all the intelligence we've been gathering since they heard of this protest, if we've gathered those intelligence about 2G Bello in Zamfara State, if we've gathered those intelligence about the killer others that are killing people in farms, a retired professor in Ekiti State has been kidnapped for more than 30 days now. We did not gather intelligence for him to return to his family. Our soldiers, 7 of them died in the hands of explosive over the weekend when they were going to rescue citizens. They were in the lines of duty. If we have gathered those intelligence, those guys would not have died.
Now, let me put this update. The presidency, Tinubu's government, still on the front page of the D-Star newspaper. Presidency, Tinubu's government will put Nigeria on sound economic footing despite problems, says president in full support of peaceful protest.
Well, I think that's fair enough. Peaceful, like I mentioned also, peaceful protest. But also we need to beg the government, because we've seen it over, except you are not a good student of history. We've seen it over, even the EndSARS protest started, I thank you that you mentioned it on Friday, that the youth started on a very peaceful note. Even where they gather to protest, you see them clean them up, clean those places up. You see them share food. As a matter of fact, there were viral pictures then where these guys were sharing waters to police officers. You know, the protest, Oyo State governor was part of the protest in Oyo State. Not until government officials infiltrated the protest with their political thugs.
Well, we saw SUV now are saying we're in support of peaceful protest.
We saw SUV. If government doesn't infiltrate, talk to security operatives, don't attack the protesters. Let it be peaceful. Let them show whatever they want to, whatever grievances they have, whatever requests they are making. Let them come, present it to the government. Then government can now tell them, guys, see, it may look as if we are not working, but truly this is what we are doing. It's as simple as that. But the moment you ask the officers to attack them, the moment you start threatening them, the moment you start using, they are Gen Zs. They are young guys that, many of them are jobless now. They don't have any job they are doing. And many of them don't even fear death again. So if you think you want to kill 1,000 will rise, and then the government will make the country ungovernable for themselves, but we should not get to that point. We should just let us make it a peaceful protest. From the protesters' part, please go out with the mindset that we want to make this country work. It is when the country works for all of us that we can prosper. I can only put on this cap this morning because at least I can work peacefully. But if there is no peace, let's go. Whatever we are putting on will not be fitting us.
You wouldn't even have where to wear it.
Of course, yes.
Let's move to the Punch. The Punch newspaper is next. Hashi protest. US, UK, Canada issue security alerts. Traders fear looting. Foreign missions foresee violence as federal government would be differ on protest sponsors. And of course, you see in Abuja, cars line up to get fuel, maybe in anticipation of what might happen. The queue in Lagos as well, part of Lagos, at this time, people try to take precaution to say we might know when it's starting, might not know where it ends. And court orders $1 billion payment to Oceanic Bank's ex-staff. Victim under pressure to drop police station rape case. Family. And this one, federal government scholarship beneficiaries rights minister fought 56% funding court. Okay, that story of foreign scholars, really. I mean, Nigerian students who are scholars abroad that have had their allowances and, their funding caught. SIM NIN linkage. Telcos begin final mass disconnection, and I think they have started already, since last week. Only NNPCL can buy Dangote petrol. Ipman, really? Okay. Ipman are talking to say only NNPCL can buy Dangote petrol, and fuel rises to 1,300 naira per litre as depots run dry. Here we go again. Ladeji. Fuel rises to 1,300 naira per litre as depots run dry.
But we keep asking people to be patient. Femi, last week there were revelations, and we mentioned it, I think, on Bush in Law or on Morning Spring last week. Malta, as an island nation, doesn't have a refinery, but we've actually imported fuel worth $2.something billion between 2023 and now. How does that happen? You don't know. But here we are, we have a private individual that has been bold enough to build a refinery in our nation. Instead of, government officials, instead of, organs of government, beg your pardon, instead of them to support this guy, we are busy frustrating him. I'm not even one of those people that will pray that NNPCL should buy Dangote refinery. Let him run his business. He's the owner of the vision. He's a businessman. Yes, he will make his money, but it is better for the nation than it goes into the hands of the government. We've seen a lot of companies government owns that have gone into ruin. Femi, as you are, you cannot be bold enough to say you want to send your goods via NIPOST. I'm not being, I'm not condemning them. As a matter of fact, we've seen a bit of rejuvenation in that organization. Yeah. But as it is now, with that improvement, you don't want to say you want to. Where is the old NITEL? It's dead.
No, it has been privatized, by the way. I mean, the liberalization that happened to telecoms has swept them away.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. That we have private companies running these things. If we have government also running the part, it helps balance the prices, so that you remember when MTN Globalcom came into. As a matter of fact, it was even Globalcom that came to drop the price at the time. For you to get a SIM card of MTN, you have 25,000, 30,000 naira. Right. To get now. So if not for other guys that came into the game and break the prices, but we're talking about fuel now. Let me quickly I'm coming, Femi. Already, the fuel. So, the queue you see in the filling station is not even any way related to the protest, Femi. I drove around the city of Osogbo.
People are doing panic buy.
It's not panic buy. All the major marketers in Osogbo are not selling fuel as we stand now.
Why?
I bought at 809 naira somewhere yesterday night when I had no option, and I know there is an assignment that will take me out early in the morning this morning. Do you get all the major marketers that will sell for you at normal rate of 600 naira plus? NNPCs. It is because
it's intentional.
It's not intentional.
A government problem again?
Femi, it is the problem.
I'm asking it because we know, you and I know, there are games that are being played by
Femi. There has been the report for more than a week now that fuel is not leaving the depot.
Yeah.
Femi, last week for me to get fuel.
Reported there. That
of course.
Depots have run dry.
So it is not, if they don't have fuel here, what do you want them to sell?
Some do.
Femi,
they prefer to keep it.
Femi,
so they can sell at exorbitant
Femi, we'll say, as at, let me mention names now. Yeah. As at Friday, NIPCO filling station, Bovas were still selling. I need to mention their names because most of the time, the last time, government came out with propaganda that these guys hoard fuel. And when one of the government officials, task force went around to see for themselves some stations, you say you meet 500 liters inside their tank. Those are reserves that they keep. In case government already say they need fuel, go to the so and so filling station. They give to pressmen. They give to so 500 liters.
The tax force are from the government, so they should know this
now,
as well.
That's the problem.
Shouldn't they? That is true.
We saw the news. It is because government always love to use propaganda of the people. They want to make the people fight themselves.
Still about the protests. UK, US, Canada issue security alerts. Traders fear looting. Foreign missions foresee violence. Are they not just be unnecessary paranoid, issuing security threats?
Well, already,
I think it's standard procedure.
Well, it's not standard procedure. I think because even the government of Nigeria have not handled this very well. Yeah. If I were to be in their shoes, okay, so
because riots happen in London, it happens
of course, yes. Even
nations don't really.
The Palestine protest that doesn't concern the UK was done in the UK. And
and you don't see other countries issuing
of course,
threats.
yes, yeah. Now, but also our government have not handled this very well.
Right.
In terms of, I think statement they should be releasing now is, there is going to be a protest, but our securities are in charge.
Yeah.
Put people that have market in, put their minds under control. Let them know, let them be at rest that, see, your shops are is well taken. We protect your offices, we protect, and then let policemen, let riot policemen, the officers, intelligence guys, let them secure all these major places so that even when hoodlums want to infiltrate.
But if they do that, don't you see people will say, oh, they're already planting people there. They don't want us to protest.
No.
Nigerians will say.
No. Femi, you want to protest? What concerns you with a shopping mall?
Yeah.
You are not protesting to a shopping mall.
People's shops.
Or people's shop, a phone gadget shop. It doesn't concern you.
Yeah.
So I think government should, but when the government want to use propaganda, you are the sitting government, and the best game for you is to keep using propaganda.
Right.
And the fear is, okay, what happened in Kenya? That it happened in Kenya doesn't mean it must happen in Nigeria.
But because the conversation online is the Kenyan protest is the fear. What Nigerians feel, if Kenya can do that, we should.
Of course, yes, the NSAS protest also prepared. The Arab Spring started from one place.
All right. Let me
and because youth suffers the same way around Africa, almost the same way. So you can't ask them not to show their grievances. Somebody that have gone to school. Femi, I was on the field for an assignment one day. I saw a master's degree holder riding Okada.
Sadly.
This guy speaks good English.
Yeah.
But you have the son of a governor that doesn't even have more than a degree, given a contract of 7 billion naira. You have the children of presidents traveling around on taxpayers' money, and you ask the youth not to protest. They have the right to protest.
Let me move to Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune very quickly. Planned protest. Senators, reps join last-minute mediation. Peter Obi reveals those behind protest. CPPE cautions against likely economic impact, says it could inflict daily loss of 400 billion naira. Ethnic nationalities to Tinubu applied doctrine of necessity to rescue Nigeria. And indigenous shipping reps stress need for amendment of NIMASA Act. And why government's palliatives will not address food inflation, agriculturists. NDLEA recovers spin-bound cocaine consignment from businessman's Sandal at Lagos Airport. Uncertainty over 1.2 trillion naira deep sea port project investigation. And Ekiti 2026, why I won't contest against Oyebanji, that's coming from Bamidele. And Nigeria Force airstrikes destroyed 12 illegal refining sites in Abia and Rivers. And how chartered aircraft operators reap off Nigeria. Most dailies have been talking about the protests, by the way, but from different angles. And the Tribune boldly is reporting that about the planned protest, senators, reps join last-minute mediation. And Peter Obi reveals those behind protests. Ladeji, quickly, 1 minute.
The
parliamentarians are getting involved.
Well, they are getting involved, I think, a bit too late.
It
is a bit too late. See, if we are to be serious as a nation, and these people think they are there because of the people, the moment this protest announcement has been coming up for more than a month now, that should be when you start to mediate and see, guys, okay, so government is trying its part to make sure the country works, but what is the priority for the Senate? What's the priority for the House of Rep? You see Senate president making frivolous comments, talking down on his colleague. They are colleagues. Before you were made the Senate president, talking down on some of his colleagues, even to the point of talking down on some women in the National Assembly. I think they just need to do better, going forward. Anything that concerns Nigeria must be a top priority. And don't forget also that last week, these guys said they are going on a 7 weeks recess. What have you, they come after maybe a couple of weeks rest and you hear them again, 7-week recess, and you guys earn money. And you see doctors in the hospital that work 24 hours a day. You see many of them that run different shifts. You see how much are we paying them. You see teachers. You see how much we are paying them. You see journalists. I don't say this. Journalists are just full of English. They speak good English. They don't have good money. That's just the reality. The guys that are working are not making good money. The guys that go there to the national, many of them, they don't have an iota of contribution to what they do in the National Assembly. All they do is to slip off. And at the end of the month, millions will come in. And at the end of the day, you see them give themselves recess upon recess and prayers into their meals.
Journalists, one would think you're advocating, but it's looking more like a shot.
No, I'm not actually trying to,
Moving on.
But you guys don't have money. That's the reality.
Let's go to Daily Trust, by the way. You are the conscience of the society, by the way.
But you should have money too.
Fair enough.
You should have good money.
Of course, life must continue.
Of course, yes. You must end
Daily
well.
Trust is reporting Zamfara lawmaker, ex-LG chair, district head nabbed over kidnapping. Zamfara lawmaker, ex-local government chairman, district head nabbed over kidnapping. He is our colleague, majority leader confirms, and 3 community leaders facing panel of inquiry. Banditry coming to an end, government. Patients decry shortage of nurses, doctors in Kaduna hospitals. Private jets rise from 44 to 157 in 20 years. Federal government to pay 633.3 billion naira subsidy as discos rake in 291.6 billion in Q1 2024. And local government autonomy, fate of over 200 LCDs hangs in the balance. And anti-protest campaigns heighten. Obi backs demonstration. Boko Haram attacks military police in Borno, kills officer. IDPs, sadly. And protest Senator Barau appeals to promoters, says President Tinubu making genuine efforts to tackle challenges. Let's go to Zamfara Latiji. And, okay, but before that, breakdown of LCDAs in 7 states. Lagos has 37 LCDAs with 20 local government. Ekiti has 19, 16 local government. Osun has 36 LCDAs. Ondo 33, Nasarawa 16, Taraba 2, Adamawa 50 LCDAs. So their fate are in the balance. What becomes of them, especially with the Supreme Court ruling?
Well, it is the Supreme Court's ruling, and the federal government have said
And they have said the government, federal government, through that verdict, have said we will not recognize.
Of course, yes.
Any local government arrangement that doesn't have an elected leader.
Well, of course, yes. Is a Supreme Court judgment, and which must be followed.
Is a law.
To the letter, is a law already. And I think the governors in those states need to go sit back and do the needful. Enough of all these.
What would that needful be?
Well, conduct proper election. Go back to the recognized.
So collapse those LCDAs, or what do you
Of course,
do?
yes. What do you do?
There are structures, there are staff members there.
Femi, in the first instance, were they known to the Constitution of Nigeria? That's the question we should ask ourselves. If you guys just wake up one day, and also the man in power in Abuja must be fingered in this. He's one of those that created a law of LCDAs in Lagos. So if you wake up tomorrow, you say because you want to have job for the boys, and you create LCDs that is not.
They didn't say
of course, that is what they did.
They said for closer
grassroots development. How many of those LGAs have been developed now, Femi? Let's ask ourselves. If you look at, go and check, Budget is doing a fantastic job on that. Go and check the website, check your local government, see how much they have gotten to them in this year alone, and go and check on the field and ask yourself, the money they say that they claim have been received by this local government, can you compare it with the level of development
I said
in
it
that
earlier.
state?
Let's go to Zamfara. Lawmaker, ex-local government chairman, district head have been nabbed over kidnapping. And then there is a rider that says he's our colleague. Majority leader confirms. 3 community leaders facing panel of inquiry. Banditry is coming to an end, government. There have been calls that says some people in power, some influential persons are involved in this banditry thing. Now they have been arrested, according to Daily Trust, but some people are saying he's our colleague. Majority leader confirmed.
Femi,
to be your colleague and still be a criminal, isn't it?
Femi, of course, yes. I think he also needs to be nabbed also. If you are a sympathizer to a terrorist, then you must be a terrorist yourself.
That is suspect.
Also he can be a co-joint suspect, of course, that's the way I put it.
Yeah,
if you're a rapist, sympathizer, I categorize you as a rapist also. It's because you are a terrible person. Arrest him, join. Now, but we've seen, I think Nigerian or Chadian army said it themselves that bandits in Zamfara state are being aided by government. That they even told Bello Tuji, the guy that is in the eye of all these things, that if you like, come to our country, we will kill you right there. But here in Nigeria, you will even see these guys flaunt their weapons. It's sad now that bandits in Nigeria.
Some of them have TikTok accounts.
That's what I'm saying. That bandits now have TikTok accounts. They show cash around themselves, and that's where I'm expecting security agencies to show their intelligence. That see, we know these people. Maybe we have been linking our NIN with our SIM card. These guys call victims' families.
Yeah.
We have intelligence to track people that speak against the government, but we can't track people that are disturbing our people. We are crying of food inflation. We are crying that there are no food in the land, but people cannot go to their farm in Benue. We call Benue State the food basket of the nation. But a lot of people cannot go to their farms because they have been displaced. See Niger State. A lot of people cannot go to the farm because bandits are there. See Zamfara State. A lot of people cannot go to their farm because there are bandits there. And we are not doing anything, and somebody is coming out to say he's our colleague. Yes, he may be your colleague, but he may also be a terrorist as sponsor. I think the security agencies just need to do the needful. And not until we openly punish people that sponsor banditry and name them, shame them. Don't forget, I think the Dubai government also mentioned a couple of names. The government of Buhari said they are going to mention sponsors. Till today, we've not had them. And don't let me deceive you. Tomorrow, those people will come out and say they want to become president. And the people will come out to say, oh, these people are the people that we need to support.
Quickly, before we take a break, on the segment, this one is coming from The Nation. Recapitalization, 5 banks in capital market to raise 1.26 trillion naira. And investors get huge opportunity to expand scope. And NAV destroys 12 illegal refineries in Abia and Rivers. 28 housemates begin chase of 100 million naira SUV in Big Brother Naija. All right, that's a reality show. CBN clears next of kin to claim funds in dormant account. A report indict private airlines of regulatory infractions. Etu Denjima, others join an mobile board. And 6 months of steady economic progress on that Tinubu. Steady economic progress on that Tinubu. All right, leave Lagos out of it. NLC tells protest promoters, high up till day others shun agitation. And all right, this one is from the inside. Abbas meet Youth Wednesday. Obi, be civil, lawful during protest. No magic wand on economy, says Interior Minister Tunji Ojo. And Kenneth Okonkwo dumps Obi LP. 2 killed in Boko Haram's attack on police station. That's sad. And Kamala Harris' campaign raises $200 million in 1 week. Quickly, this one, 30 seconds. We'll take the Kamala story and then Lagos. But let's start from home. Leave Lagos out of it. NLC tells protest promoters, hey, these are Lagos. You're not interested.
Well, you know, when I hear that word, our Lagos, my Lagos, this and that. Lagos belongs to everybody. Also belongs to every Nigerian. As a matter of fact, the Constitution of Nigeria allows for you to do business, do whatever you want to do in any state of your residence.
Once you are law-abiding.
Once you are law-abiding. So you can't say Lagos is not personal to you. And the same people that were shouting my Lagos during election, don't forget, they went to United Kingdom to go and form a Yoruba political party. If United Kingdom have said, these are London, these are our, Copenhagen, these are our whatever, would you be able to form?
In this case, the NLC.
Well, NLC, I don't know what their concern is about this. You are not the one organizing protest. And as a matter of fact, a lot of Nigerians doesn't believe in NLC again. So let people. The only thing I think they can encourage people is make it peaceful. See, you can't tell people not to protest. You can't tell them, Wike is also loading, Abuja is not available. And you could see Showore also coming out to tell him that we are starting that protest in Abuja. I think these are comments that will aggravate issues. Guys, if you want to protest, please make it peaceful. Tell security agencies, please make sure this protest is, peaceful and civil.
The protesters are protected.
And the protesters are protected. You see any hoodlum.
But the IGP has come out to say, we will protect them, but let them come out, give us, do this and do this and do this.
Femi, all those things he's saying.
Who are maybe people? Maybe for accountability.
Femi, you have the constitutional right to go about and say you want to protest.
Yes.
You can just carry.
The police have a duty to protect the people as well.
Of course, yes.
So can we dictate how they do their work?
Femi, the moment you start asking people, I'm not a lawyer, I may not be able to go deeper into this, but the moment you start to tell people, submit your name, submit your whatever, we've seen situations whereby even the police invite people for questioning and you see them hold them up for this. We've seen situations like that. Right. We've seen, even on this protest, we've seen guys in Kaduna, Kano that were held by DSS for this.
All right.
So, do you want people to now openly come out and say, okay, this is my address, this is my name, this is my contact, this is where I work?
Let's go to US very quickly before we pull the brakes. Kamala Harris' campaign raises $200 million in 1 week. less than 1 week that she was endorsed, his principal, saying, for the country, for the party's sake, I'm not going ahead for re-election, and I'm endorsing my VP. And the VP is Kamala Harris. She has raised $200 million in 1 week, and she's going ahead. And she has just been endorsed by Barack Obama.
And Michelle, yeah, I think a lot of things are working for, Kamala Harris. One of the lessons I think we should learn from there as a nation is that our priority should be the nation Nigeria. Do you get? Joe Biden saw his health is not capable of taking him another 4 years to run the administration of the United States of America. So I want to step down. And for Kamala, a lot of people, a lot of the black communities in America, a lot of women advocates have said, no, now this is the time, this is the opportunity for us to rally around this woman. And in 2 weeks, she has been able to gather, $200 million, a huge one for her, if you ask me, Femi. And I think she just needs to know that a lot of people are looking forward to seeing her as the president of America, but she must make sure that she doesn't disappoint them if eventually she gets to win that election.
I like that last line.
Eventually. Of course, yes, because it is America. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is also pulling, some strings, and you never can tell. He's also a big force to reckon with. You can't doubt that.
Of course.
And Kamala also, a lot of things working for her. She just whoever wins knows that, a lot of people put their trust in him or her, and you must do well.
Thank you,
to repay
Ladi Jalabi. It's been an extensive and extended, headline segment today. We wish you all the best, and keep safe this week, and be lawful. You have said it yourself.
Of course, yes. I'm
whatever you do.
I'm a lawful civilian. I'm a peace-loving, and to cap it off, I'm a lover of the nation, Nigeria, and I know that this nation will work in our lifetime.
I say amen to that. We take a break right now. When we come back, we'll speak to issues, especially pertaining to protests, legal angle to some of these concerns. The protest is enshrining our Constitution. How do we go about it? There are challenges, there are concerns. How do we factor all this in so that we still know that we have a country to run? It's still Morning Spring. Western Spring Television is about to get hotter. Stay with us.